Drake, Aubrey Graham. How did Drake ultimately lose this battle? Now look. Before I go into it, now I'm gonna put all my biases out front. I am a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, but at the same time, I'm gonna be openly honest as I can, and in which I think what I'm finna say is more just the facts on everything that went on in this situation. So I know I'm a Kendrick fan. So, but at the same time, I could be honest with everything that transpired with this whole beef. Now one thing I will admit to, when it comes to just the industry overall, just like getting off of Kendrick for a minute and everything pertaining to Drake, I do find it a little weird and honestly a little confused and baffling. It makes me wonder, like, man, what did this guy do to these certain people, or what's going on behind the scenes on why so many people have turned on him, or maybe this is just maybe more of maybe those people that he thought were close to him, or that he thought were really cool with him. Maybe Drake starting to realize, like, oh, okay, so y'all really wasn't in my corner to begin with. Y'all was just I served the purpose for y'all, and obviously he served the purpose for them. So, I wash your hand, you wash my hand, whole type of thing. But so I will admit that, bias aside, I will admit that, like, I do. It's kind of baffling me, the whole thing was going on with Drake. Like he said, the 20v1. I do find that kind of interesting, and really want some more insight to and more to why, like, that that whole storyline has been going on. I mean, if you guys can hit me to some of the things on why, like, a lot of people seemingly just turned on, y'all can leave that in the comments. But I'm gonna break down where I think he went wrong in this beef, and why I feel like at the end of the day Kendrick won this beef, and I think a lot of people feel like it seemed like Kendrick has won the beef. But before I get into it, man, if you a Drake fan or Kendrick Lamar fan or whatever, whoever you are, man, if you just love just music and hip hop, and if you can even admit that whatever side you on, that, fan, this is going down in history. This was a amazing battle, and it was a good time. So leave a like on the video, just for that alone, and subscribe as well. But where did Drake go wrong in this battle, man? First of all, I kind of made the point earlier when I mentioned the whole 20v1 thing. I think personally in this battle, I think the 20v1 was kind of a distraction that I think Drake kind of focused on a little bit too much. And when I'm talking about the distraction, I'm talking about the field. And the field is the 20v1 or whatever he references. I feel like that's a distraction because when we talk about rap battle beef, like no disrespect to Rick Ross or Metro or even Future to an extent, because Future is not a rapper. No disrespect to those guys, but like I just feel like those are guys that I don't think in the grand scheme of things, when we talk about the beef, they didn't really matter. Like, yeah, they had their cool moments. I know Ross dropped the record. I know Future spoke I guess his piece. But dog, when we talking about the main event that we all wanted to see and what the world wanted to see, it was Kendrick and Drake, mano a mano. So that was the first mistake. That being that, I feel like he just played into the 20v1 thing. Like to me, I compare it to this. The 20v1 thing to me is when, like, you got 20 dudes on a battlefield that's miles and miles away, and Drake just stand at them. But on the left of you, in your area, in your breathing zone, you have a killer by the name of Kendrick Lamar that's right there, that you need to take care of first before you really try to focus on this 20 other people that's like miles away. So that's what I mean. Why, like, I just feel like he kind of focused in on that a little bit too much. Two, I feel like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I feel like he kind of focused a little bit too much in the social media angle as far as like this is part of the reason why too I feel like Kendrick wanted the whole beef. Like I love the fact that if you a fan of him or not, I just love the fact that if you think about it, the way Kendrick moved in this battle was just strictly music. It wasn't I'm finna get on social media and play the meme game or play the trolling game. Everything I'm dropping, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just giving you bars, and I'm not posting captions and posting little memes on Instagram, dog. I'm just strictly giving you just straight music. The music is doing all the talking. And yes, of course, obviously, I know Drake. He gave us music too, while also with the with the memes and stuff. But man, I don't know. Me personally, I just would have loved the Drake would have just let the music do all the talking, like instead of just trying to play the media games with the little memes and stuff, liking certain things, and that's quote unquote painting little narratives. You liking certain things, oh, it's just so Drake must feel like this because he like this post about this, like just stuff like that. I don't know. Just me personally, I just wish he probably could have done without. But at the same time, I do understand it. We live in a social media world. Like I get it, but I don't know. For my liking, I love the way Kendrick moved more in this battle. 3, I feel like Drake missed some opportunities in his battle. Like man, I just feel like it would have been really interesting if he really. But see, this is what I mean when I say when you're not focused on one single opponent. I honestly that tells me a lot. That tells me you really don't get as much information as you want to really dive in and pick that apart with Kendrick. That could be the case. But I just feel like, man, he really should have dived since in hip hop beef we love to play the narrative games and stuff, and Drake narrative was with Kendrick is Kendrick beats his wife. His narrative also too was like he's a face activist, all that stuff. But I really would have felt like he maybe tried he should have just really focused on Kendrick and really maybe tried to dive in the narrative of you possibly hitting your wife. Now, we're not gonna put that on Kendrick Jack as the same. I'm not gonna put the stuff that Kendrick said on Drake. Jacket. If I'm on Drake's side, maybe you dive into that angle more with the white beat and stuff, because maybe you dive into why when you hear Mr. Morale, you kind of is insinuating that, like, are you trying to insinuate that something went on with your life, like, but see those angles he could have really dived and picked apart more, but because you're not focused, we didn't get that. I also too, man, I feel like where he kind of lost the battle is like, man, Drake's self-awareness was kind of questionable in this whole back and forth with Kendrick. Like I said, now on any song you put out, a rap song in hip hop beef, you can say anything you want, but just certain lines, if I'm Drake, I'm like, I don't know if I would have used that against Kendrick, where Kendrick is gonna flip certain lines. Like, think about on Family Matters when Drake used the why you always trying to rap like you trying to get the slaves free. Funny line, but in battle, that's a losing line. Like, you gonna lose that battle. And we know Kendrick, flipped it with the whole angle of the colonizer angle he did on not like us. Also too, Drake, he used certain lines where Drake was talking about Pharrell and how he was like, you want to stick up for Pharrell, well, come get his legacy out my house. Drake, I'm not gonna lie to you, dog, that sounds a little crazy. That sounds a little colonizing. I'm just saying how it is. But man, I don't know, man, it's just certain lines that against a guy like Kendrick, that's gonna get flipped. That's gonna get flipped. So that's another angle he lost: self-awareness. And also too, most importantly, in any rap beef battle, like I mentioned before, it's all about narratives. And the winning narrative, whether true or not, was Kendrick and the whole pedophile angle. Because think about this, dog. You have the whole Kendrick has the whole entire world singing and dancing to Not Like Us. And we all know what that record did and what that record is. Like, dog, oh my God. Like, you it's over. It's over. The narrative, everybody now has their narrative, and is now running with it. And that's the whole angle that Drake being a pedophile and stuff. Everybody's been dancing and running that record to the ground. So it's a lot of angles he lost that, man. A lot of angles. But see, that's what happened when you're not focused on one opponent. There's a killer right inside of you. You needed to end him. And Kendrick. And then he put out, I remember he put out the song The Hard Part 6, which is, a lot of people think that it's a waving of the white flag. I think maybe it is, personally, just the you know, the tone of it and the things he was saying, you know, like, you can drop all these songs, I ain't responding back. I'm going on my vacation, which is cool. And you know, and I remember Joe Budden being on the him and Academics was talking, and Joe mentioned, like, Drake need to find a cool way out of this battle, because now we getting into crazy territory where Kendrick accused you of being a damn pedophile, and at that point you can't, dog. That's a hard narrative to fight, dog. It's so crazy that whole narrative is hiding the fact that it's hiding the fact it's hiding the allegation that Drake made towards Kendrick. That's crazy. So that's how you know the dude in war, he controlled the narrative. Battle wise, he hit you with everything. Song wise, he gave you a bop. He gave you, like, he won a whole bunch of little battles in this whole war. He gave you a bop. He gave you the Rappity Rap record. You know, he hit Drake with everything, man. He hit Drake with everything. And like I said, I'm a Kendrick fan, but I'm not trying to be biased. I'm just calling the battle like how I see it. And like, I feel like everything I said is truthful. Like, you know, I admit it. I feel like, I don't know what's going on with the industry. Everybody hating, like, piling on the Drake. You know, it do look crazy, and it do make you wonder what's going on with that. But as far as this battle with him and Kendrick, I think I called it pretty fair, man. You know, leave in the comments you guys' opinions on how you felt about the battle. Am I wrong with certain points I made? But also too, let's not forget that, dog. Like, whatever side you on, if you saying that rather the other side, this side or this side, or you on Kendrick or Drake side, you gotta admit that both of them put on the show for hip hop, man. This is going on. This is finna go down in hip hop history. Both of them rapped. You know, like, honestly, if I'm ranking like the diss songs, I got Drake Family Matters, you know, song at number 2 on my list, with Not Like Us being number 1, just because I think that's the song that's like ringing off the most right now. But I feel like I was pretty fair with this conversation, man. Leave in the comments on what you guys think when it pertains to this battle, Drake and Kendrick. Whose side was you on? Who you had winning? Leave all that in the comments, man. And don't forget to hit that like button, man. Please hit that like button. It helps out the channel. So don't forget to hit that like button, man.